What's up guys? Today we're going to be showing you how to install SuperATV's trunk bed enclosure on this Polaris RZR Pro R. So let's get right to it. So the first thing we're going to do is come to the back of our bed and remove the two T40 Torx. So I'm going to sit them right here for the time being. Now we're going to go inside the cab and remove these two T40 Torx as well. So now we're going to come right here and remove this push pin. Just lay it down in here. And on the opposite side, remove the same push pin. Then we're going to come to our plastic vent covers here. Remove the push pins out of those. Just remove the push pin here. Then you have one up here in the front as well. Remove this vent cover, set it aside. Same thing on this side. So this front section here is going to line up with the two T40 Torx that we previously removed. On the back side of the enclosure, these are going to line up with the first set of T40 Torx that we removed. Now it's time to install the trunk bed enclosure. It is a very tight fit and you need to be careful, that way you don't scratch your plastic up. What we're going to do is kind of put it in here at an angle. You have to bring it down on one side, slide it in. Just like so. And what you're going to do is slide it all the way forward, and you're going to notice if you have a rear windshield, it's going to want to hit on the hinges. So what you need to do is go on the inside, push the rear windshield out until the bulb seal is laying up on top of the hinges. That way we know our trunk is all the way in as far as it'll go. So that's what we're going to do now. We're just going to kind of push in, lift up, just kind of tuck the rear windshield over top of the trunk bed enclosure, just like so. Make sure it's as far forward as it can possibly go, like I said. And we're going to take our factory hardware, which we have right here. And we're going to get it started in all four of the factory positions that we removed our hardware from. So now we're going to grab our two spacers and our M6 hardware. What we're going to do is lift up our trunk enclosure here, line our spacers up with the factory threaded holes in the bed, and then lay the trunk bed enclosure back down. Just get our hardware lined up with our threaded holes through our spacers. And we want to be sure not to fully tighten anything just yet. Just hand started. So now we're going to take our other two M6 bolts. We're going to start them through our windshield bracket, through our trunk enclosure, into our factory threaded holes. You may have to kind of pull in on your windshield a little bit in order to get your hardware started. If you gives you too much trouble, what you can do is loosen your hardware on your bracket through your rear windshield. I don't think we're gonna have to do that, but we are gonna make sure we have them good and started straight with a ratchet before we fully tighten them. All right, looks like we're good and started straight. So now we're gonna take our electric ratchet here, fully tighten them. Then we'll go back to the rear and fully tighten that hardware as well. Now we're gonna open our trunk here, grab our struts, as well as our 4 non-flanged head nylock nuts. Take your strut, line it up with the top hole in the lid, and then attach it to the bracket down here. It'll kind of sit there while you grab the other side, get it installed as well. Then what we're gonna do is grab our nuts and go ahead and get them all 4 started. Now we're going to fully tighten our hardware. So now we're going to grab the rest of our hardware. We'll have 4 bolts, 4 nylock nuts, 4 washers. Our bolts are going to drop down through our holes, just like so. We'll have 4 holes inside in the bracket. We'll just drop our hardware through, just like so. And we'll come in on the bottom, install a flat washer and our nylock nut, and then fully tighten the hardware. Now we're going to fully tighten our 4 bolts. Now we're going to reinstall our covers here. Just line them right back up how you removed them from the factory. So once you've went through, reinstalled all your hardware, everything's fully tightened, and your removed components are reinstalled, you're going to see in your kit that you have a key. So what you do, take your key, you can lock this to where it won't open. Take the key, reinstall it, unlock it, opens right up. And if you ever need to, right here, this bolt, that is the adjuster for how tight it's gonna latch. So what I like to do is take it down, push down as hard as I can, and it should latch pretty hard. You should have to put quite a bit of force on it, because then if you look at it, it's not gonna go anywhere, it's not gonna bounce loose or anything like that. So all the way down. And like I said, all you do is just loosen this nut, unthread this bolt, and all that's doing is pinching this metal bracket here a little bit tighter to ensure that it's not going to come loose. So that's all there is to it to install SuperATV's trunk bed enclosure on this Polaris RZR Pro R. Be sure to check the description below to pick yours up today. While you're there, drop a like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.